So you want to be a wizard, but you don't want to read the books.
Then have we found the scholarship for you? The Path of the Muscle Wizard. Barbarian.
Welcome everyone, I'm Sean, this is Tony, and today we're looking at the Path of the Muscle Wizard Barbarian. So it's important to note that this is a Barbarian subclass, but essentially you are a wizard.
At least you think you are.
Yeah, that's the idea behind this one.
It's actually a really great class, and it's put together in a way that makes you roleplay, which we love.
Yeah, I think actually roleplay kind of plays a big part in this particular class because it actually has to do with some of the game mechanics as well.
It does. I mean, like at third level, the first thing that you get on this thing is unarguable wizardry.
Yes, so starting at level 3, you have advantage on charisma or intimidation checks to convince others that you are in fact a wizard. And interestingly enough, if someone questions your legitimate magical prowess, you can instantly fly into a rage for 1 round.
Now, this rage can't be extended and does not count against your total number of rages.
This is true.
So having a friend of yours just shout at you, "Hey, Jerry, you're a crap wizard." Next thing you know...
And you get pissed.
Yeah, now
and you start raging.
Exactly. It's a great way to incorporate that role play, and it's hilarious.
Yeah, it even might even try to egg on the NPCs like, "Oh, come on. You know I'm a wizard, right?" And then they start arguing and there's banter, and then besides it being a good way to get your rage going, it's just great because it adds more moments of roleplay.
Absolutely. Now there's other stuff you get at third level too. You get to use cantrips.
Yes, and when we say cantrips, these are basically barbarian style ways of casting cantrips. So the cool thing is you can use this a number of times equal to your strength modifier, and you actually get these back on a short rest as well, but you can only use it while you are raging. This is important to keep in mind.
Yeah, and each of these are hilarious too with it. Like Mage Hand, for example, you use a bonus action when you take an attack action on your turn, and you can use your hand, are a mage after all, to attempt to shove a target over. On a hit, the target must make an opposing strength check against you. If your strength is higher, the target is not prone. So it's essentially just pushing them over.
But it's Mage Hand.
Right.
Shocking Grasp is great because as a bonus action, when you take the attack action, you can hit your target even harder than usual, a fact that they will find quite shocking. So basically, if you are able to pull that one off, they can't take a reaction until the beginning of their own turn.
Right, and then True Strike is similarly just like that. It's a true strike. You hit and deal an additional 1d8 harder. It's kind of an interesting mechanic to do. In fact, I would love to see just a list of all other cantrips that you can use.
I would love to see this expanded, honestly. Yeah. There's could be a lot of potential here. You can probably reflavor any of the spells in Spellbook, honestly.
Totally. And speaking of spells, at 6th level, you get spells.
So spells are interesting because you get basically 3 different spells, and each one you can cast once per day. So whenever you take a long rest, you can get these spells back. So for example, Burning Hands is one that you can get because your backhand slap is legendary. So as an action on your turn, you can make an unarmed attack roll against each creature within reach. So basically, it's kind of like a roundhouse slap. And they will take 1d8 plus your strength modifier in bludgeoning damage.
And it burns when you slap them.
Right.
That's the idea.
Yeah, it's hot.
It's very hot. Magic Missile is another one you get on that. And when you take an attack action on your turn, you can use your bonus action to make a ranged weapon attack, which I think is hilarious because Magic Missile never misses.
Right.
You have advantage on that attack.
Exactly, yeah. And then Shield, as a reaction, you can actually produce a quick shield. Basically, reduce damage by 1d12 plus your con modifier, so you're kind of shielding yourself with yourself.
It's kind of an interesting way of putting those things together. Again, I would love to see these expanded a bit more. I think that this could be a very interesting class to play. It reminds me of a wizard that I played that was a Goliath at one point, and I think that's cool. Magic Resistance, though, which you get at 10th level, is one of the first abilities I look at and go, okay, this is not necessarily a joke, but it makes sense.
Yeah, so basically you have resistance to damage from spells while you're raging.
That's pretty simple.
And it's something that we haven't really seen before. There's a lot of different resistances that you can get as a barbarian.
They tried to do it with that barbarian,
exactly.
that one barbarian
that we don't talk
UA
about.
We don't talk about. And then the 14th level, this one I'm going to give to you.
Yeah.
Because it's hilarious and I think it works.
Yeah.
Go ahead. What do you do at 14th level?
This one is called ICAST Fist. So you crush your enemies with the ultimate spell Fist. So while you're raging, you can use your action and your bonus action, because it's a very big thing, to punch your foe really hard. On a melee attack roll with advantage against one creature, you can deal up to 8d8 bludgeoning damage. So it's kind of like this big huge spell that you kind of pull off, and you can only do it once per long rest.
Actually, it's once till you finish. Until you
Oh my
finish your
goodness
rage.
gracious!
You have to be raging in order to use it, but you are using your action and your bonus action to do it. So it is kind of an overpowered strike, but we're also talking about a 14th level barbarian ability. This whole class just really speaks to the idea that you can take something and flavor it towards something else. And I like the idea of using flaws like I think I'm a wizard to actually make it work. You know, like I would include like the grease spell in this, and you just carry around a flask of oil and throw it on the ground, you know?
Yeah, I do like this because, you know, and it's funny how we talk about sometimes, you know, you can put too much information in a class or race and it feels restricting. Where here, I mean, yes, it's obviously part of the mechanic. You have to be this barbarian that can think that you can cast magic. But I like this because it gives opportunity for a lot of different role-playing style, and it allows that player to kind of think outside the box as well. Not just in combat, but also when they're socially interacting with other NPCs.
Absolutely, and creative stuff like this is what really fuels this community. I hope that you guys enjoyed this one, and I hope there's a lot of stuff that you guys can send our way. You can always send it to us right down, I think it's at dnbrewcrew@gmail.com. If it's not there, I'll move it so that
right,
it is.
That way it's convenient for us.
But yeah, and remember, the best campaigns are always the ones that you homebrew, even if you think you're something else. So until next time,
Keep brewing.